Well, it turns out that Little's inherited red house is sliding down the side of Way Harpin Mountain. Very slow, in years now, a movement fine as an eyelash. And in still moments like this one, when it is raining all over the beautiful redneck nights up here, she can hear it. Sometimes like creaking and complaining, sometimes like the thrash and moan of lovers, the very sound of sliding itself. There is a glimmer of memory of having heard these same sounds, stitching themselves all into her childhood dreams, of waking her father and asking what they were, and him saying it was just the house settling. It's just the house settling noises is all, Little. I done told you twice. And this last phrase, this was a joke shared between them. The way all the hill rats that were their new neighbors spoke. The way they too would eventually start speaking, once the joke turned to habit and then to second nature. But all those years, and all these years since, the house her father built was sliding really, and not settling at all. My house is falling down, Little mutters to herself, periodically throughout the day. She says it with pure certainty, no timbre of disbelief, no irony to her words. It was Leonard, the local bug-eyed handyman, who informed her 27 days ago that this was the case, that she and her beloved home were surely not in order. She had gone down to the general store for some cheap red wine and highbrow cookies, and saw him out of his truck, loading it down with sacks of what all, rice, maybe, flour, and what appeared to be some all-purpose chow for the menagerie of iguanas, ravens, pot-bellied pigs, piebald cats, and a shit-clinging monkey that he was said to preside over. Anyhow, she thought it might be a good idea to describe the house-settling noises, how they were getting more aggressive of late. She was trying to find the words, trying to squeeze out some of the aforementioned creaks and moans, but he cut her off, began to shake his head, all world-weary and smug. Erosion, he said. Erosion, Little echoed. On Leonard's person, she caught a whiff of the very same wine she had just paid for. Erosion, Leonard said again, then paused for effect. You see, she, and here he pointed up and east toward Way Harpin Mountain, is getting a little long in the tooth herself. This comment set off the bells in Little's head. She'd forgotten that this was how Leonard carried on, as if the mountain were not a mountain at all, but a maiden, long past her blush, and there was Little's house, perched tenuously upon her sagging teeth. This is just how he talked. The entire natural world was one great pathetic fallacy for Leonard. He was uncanny, one part loquacious drunken Indian, one part Dr. Doolittle, one part Thomas Edison. It was said that he could fix any damn thing he put in front of him. Come on, Little said. It's been 30 years up there. That ain't nothing, Leonard said. 30 years. It's probably just settling, she offered, and she searched, but she could no longer find any comfort in this particular lie. You think it's just settling, don't you? Leonard asked her, as he started to load the rest of his weird and nondescript sacks into the flatbed. Well, shit, Leonard, what did I just say? Little felt on the verge of tears now. I'm telling you, it's eroding. Sooner or later, it's going to come down the side of the mountain, so what do you aim to do about it? I don't know. That's why I'm asking you, Little answered. Jesus, Leonard, but you are dense at times. Then she did in fact begin to cry, though there was more snot to it than actual salt tears. Look, she said, can you just come up and check it out for me? I mean, if you're a doctor, you want to look at the patient before you just up and plant him. Hell, it's my house.